Good morning, everyone. This is Lesley and Holly, Mimosas with Lesley and Holly in Tampa, Florida.
Good morning. So right now we're just going to give a little background. This is our first broadcast. We're going to be doing these every Tuesday morning. Most of the time we're just going to be covering relevant topics to military families, different kind of things, and we invite you to give us feedback, things that you would like us to get information for you about. Just let us know.
What you talking about? Yep. Today, what we're going to talk about, Lesley?
We are going to talk about Hurricane Florence. And this is something that's been very dear to our hearts. I was at Camp Lejeune and I was at Cherry Point.
And I was Cherry Point and New River.
So basically, we wanted to kind of touch base on what is going on there, the fact that they are still suffering, the people of Eastern North Carolina, not just our military families there, but also the families that support the military in the area. So we just wanted to kind of talk about that and what we can do as a military community or as civilians to help the community there.
We want to ask for your help. A lot of our friends, it's dear to our heart right now, they don't have a home. They are relocated. They're in a different state living with family because their houses are not livable in. For one of them, this is bringing it live. This is what it looks like down in North Carolina. It's not, the hurricane didn't just come and go. There's still relief efforts that need to be helped within our community.
Absolutely. And you look at some of the communities there. It was Swansboro, which is kind of halfway between the Cherry Point, Camp Lejeune area. That area had more rain than anywhere else in the entire state of North Carolina at the time. I believe it had 40 plus inches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that is devastating to a coastal community like that. And the people still are dealing with things like they're still flooding.
Right.
Further inland, there's a lot of toxic damage. There's just really a lot of problems. Kind of some basic facts on that include the estimated property damage is $17 to $22 billion. Like I said, there was over 40 inches of rain in some areas. It was the strongest storm to make landfall on the East Coast since Hurricane Andrew in 1992. And the winds covered an area of more than 53,000 square miles. So that's a lot of people affected.
Yeah. And so what we want to do today is to tell you about how can you help. And there are some great organizations that you're able to send if you need to send gift cards. I know a lot of people don't want to actually send money to just anyone, but these companies, these organizations are there. They got their hands in it. They're not just talking it, they're actually making action happen in North Carolina. And one of them is a girlfriend of ours that her name is Lynn, and she is actually helping with the Samaritans Purse. This is them actually in North Carolina right now, and Lesley is going to give you some of the statistics and information of how you can contact them in order to give, if you can, to be able to give back to this organization in order to help North Carolina right now.
Well, Samaritans Purse, the current facts as of September 28th, they have had almost 3,000 requests for assistance. They have helped almost 300 homeowners. They have almost 2,000 total volunteers in the area and have over 27,000 total volunteer hours. So that they're there, that they're putting in the work.
They also are in 3 different locations that are helping with the flooding. Lynn wanted to let us know that their staff and equipment have been deployed to North Carolina on the coast, and we've established release bases in New Bern, Jacksonville, and Wilmington. Those are the 3 locations that you can reach out to and ask them how can you help them in order for them to better assist our community. The volunteer teams are helping the homeowners cut down trees, cleaning debris, tarping roofs, working, and they let out. And she even had mentioned that they will be there to help rebuild after the cleanup. They are still going to be in the area. So thanks, Lynn. Keep up the good job. She's a Marine Corps spouse.
As we both are, which we should have said to begin with. We are both Marine Corps spouses. One thing else, there's also the New Bern ReliefFund.com. New Bern was very badly affected by the storm. It had significant flooding off the Neuse River. So that is definitely a group that would be worth looking into.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we know that the group from Tide Laundry, they are there in the Jacksonville area. So if you need to get your clothes washed, if you need to do something like that. As we said, Samaritan Purse, Catholic Charities are in the area, and of course the American Red Cross, because they're always there whenever we have any type of disaster.
Always helping.
And some of the drop-offs in the area that we know of for Swansboro include One Harbor Church, the Swansboro Rotary Club, and the Episcopal Farm Workers Ministry.
Yes. And thank you, Erin, for tagging us on that, letting us know that those other places are available in order for you to drop off anything that you feel in your heart that you would like to give back to the community.
Absolutely. Some more of the distribution sites in Havelock, you have Annunciation Catholic, the Tabernacle Baptist Church in New Bern, the Old Family Dollar Store in Vanceboro, the Gadet Head Start Center in Havelock, and the number 9 Township Fire and Rescue in New Bern.
And you're going to be able to find all of this on our Facebook site and our webpage. So please come back if you are wondering what the address is or their phone numbers. We will have that for you, the resources.
Well, one thing I want to add is the fact that we have been Marine Corps spouses for quite a while. Obviously, we kind of showed that when we said that we had children at Cherry Point.
Right? Check my wrinkles out, Lesley.
But we've been through this. Last year, being in the Tampa area, we had to prepare and be ready for Hurricane Irma. Our area had significant flooding, literally right down the road from where Holly lives. And a lot of kids at their school were affected. When we were stationed in Dade County, we had Hurricane Wilma come through. We did have significant damage. I know what it's like to sit there and have a tarp on your roof and wait to find a roofer. To have these resources available makes a huge difference and will make a huge difference to the people there. So that's why we wanted to come forward today.
Yeah, it really humbles you. Last year when we moved here, within a few weeks, we had Hurricane Irma. And I would tell you, this is the first time I've ever cried in my husband's career. He's like, I can't believe you're crying. And I'm like, I'm crying. I'm dealing with a hurricane. I dealt with boxes all around me. I got kids. We're not even adjusted here. We have no family here, barely any friends. And the hurricane's hitting. And where do we go if something does happen? And a lot of people's questions, so why could you not get out? Well, the roads and everything here are not very easy to get in and out of, so you're kind of stuck. And it was scary. And we dealt 4 days without power, and that really, really takes you back and makes you think, wow, when you can't take a shower, you can't cook, the electronics are not working, so your kids are done.
True.
Absolutely done.
True.
And you're trying to still carry on with your family, but your family routine is chaotic. It's just a chaotic mess. And then it puts you in reality when you realize that just across the street, one of the schools, the kids can't even go to school. They've lost everything. The area is completely flooded. Homes. The people have lost everything. So I might not be able to take a shower for 4 days. However, these people lost their entire home. And that is what is going on in North Carolina, and why we feel in our heart that maybe the news is not telling you everything, but as spouses, we're telling you that they need help and they need us.
And that's why we want to be here. And that's why we want to be here just throughout the future. Like I said, if there's something on your heart, something that you would like for us to discuss, we don't have a lot of filters.
Right, for our military spouses.
So we're very open and very game to answering questions and just being part of this. We're all part of this community.
Thank you.